Guys, look. Me and McKinley just broke up. The cops are outside of my house right now. She just called the cops on me, packed all her, took her car, everything. Insane. Insane, bro. I can't believe I dated that for the past 2 years, bro. It doesn't even seem real.
How much do what a woodchuck saw if a woodchuck could sit there?
And the world kept turning. You're like a mad scientist in his lab watching his greatest creation bust out the chambers and escape. You trained your woman from the very beginning to be a genital-grabbing goblin that spreads her ass open for a $5 subscription service. You never respected this woman to begin with. It costs more money to watch Adventure Time on Hulu than it does to see your girlfriend start playing the guitar on OF. We're not even mentioning the fact that you additionally stole majority of the income McKinley generated off the site too. So if e-pimping your wife under a contract wasn't a good enough reason to leave, then maybe running off with all of her goon doubloons and spending it on a new car for you to just crash might also play a major role into why she dumped you. There's not one likable trait to pick out of you, Jack. You are the human embodiment of fish juice that's dripping off a garbage bag. It's like you're the first person to watch The Truman Show and see it as your life's destiny. Every aspect of your pathetic existence is fabricated for the camera, from the girls you pay to soullessly stand around your mansion like idle Sims characters, to the rappers you throw hundreds of thousands of dollars towards just so they can pretend to be your friend. After crashing your barf-wrapped McLaren, you didn't decide to check up on your cameraman that almost died flying through the windshield, but instead you insisted him on holding the camera so he can film you dramatically flex your nipples at the on-scene officer.
No way. Oh my gosh. There's no... Michael, here. Michael, do you have film on that phone too? Totaled my McLaren, bro. I just totaled my car. Dude, my car. And my tires just slipped and I lost control and just landed here. I was all the way on the left side. And I just went there and then I don't know what happened. I just lost control and next thing you know I'm just going here. And I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. I just lost control.
Shut your bitch ass up!
Be back. They don't want me to be here.
I know I'm not the only one to point it out, but why does this guy gracefully take his shirt off every time he gets into a high-stakes situation? It's like watching a prepubescent Burt Kreischer about to perform his 50th unfunny stand-up routine. Alright, welcome back, ladies and ladies with dicks. It's been quite a while since we checked in on our homie with an extra chromie, being the likes of Jack Doherty. 7 months to be exact. I swear making a video dunking on him is almost starting to feel like a seasonal holiday. That's a really long amount of time without checking in on this yeasty beast, and I feel like in that time, many of you watching might have had significant life changes happen since we last gathered around the tree hill to talk about them. Some of you might be seeing this while getting ready for your new job you fought hard for. Others watching might have discovered true love and met their better half since my last video. Jack could have finally hit puberty. Some of you could stop being some lurking hoes and follow my Instagram after watching me upload for 3 years. Yeah, I'm talking about you, bro. The hell you do? Somehow, if you're just like breaking out of being Amish and this is your first time hearing about this hemorrhoid of a human, then I would highly recommend you checking out the whole ass Netflix original series I made covering this guy's deplorable and depraved antics over the past couple of years that'll really help you understand why he is the biggest degenerate our generation has to offer. Where we last left off was a little fender bender accident Jack had with his Rainforest Cafe ass McLaren. Calling it an accident I think is being extremely generous considering the fact that it's almost like he wanted to crash. He was flying through the interstate at 70 miles per hour during an active weather hazard with his eyes being glued to his phone the entire time he was driving. Apparently the riveting conversations happening from the 9-year-olds in his kick chat were too intriguing for him to keep his eyes on the road, which led him to lose full control and smash his car into the side of a guardrail. After flirting with death's flowers, instead of worrying about everyone's safety, the first thing that struck Jack's mind on impact was if his stream was still rolling. The moment he found out his friend was still alive, he forced him to keep holding the camera all bloody and bruised simply so he can have a crybaby meltdown about his car being totaled.
Bro, my whole car, bro. No way. Oh my gosh. There's no... Michael, here. Michael, do you have film on that phone too? Totaled my McLaren, bro. I just totaled my car. My tires just slipped and I lost control and landed here. I was all the way on the left side, and I just went there, and then I don't know what happened.
It seems quite obvious that Jack hasn't learned his lesson or took away anything out of this situation by the lack of accountability he already shows in this clip alone. If almost losing his life wasn't a good enough sign from God to slow down and humble his spirit, then maybe his next divine intervention would be losing his main bitch to one of the Madagascar penguins, being another streamer named Lacey. That's right, McKinley would finally wake up one morning and come to her senses, leaving Jack after 2 excruciating years of being with him, randomly changing the passwords to all of her social medias and OnlyFans accounts, locking Jack out of his primary source of income since he dictated all of her pages. What stemmed the two to split apart is quite unknown. I mean, I could sit here and list reasons on why these two didn't work out until the sun explodes, but what I do know is the fact that Jack hasn't been handling the breakup all too well. Somehow he saw the woman that swallows children for a living to be a perfect mother for his own. He envisioned a private life on a cottage farm with McKinley, chasing the dogs around in their backyard like their entire relationship was a one giant business transaction. What did you think she was with you for? Your personality? The only thing McKinley ever stroked out of Jack was content, and he would make sure to do the exact same by using her as a flesh wallet for his OnlyFans empire, even going to the pathetic lengths of, quote, accidentally leaking their own tape to funnel more viewers to their pages. It's really strange that he's always had such a prominent history in promoting his adult content to his underage fans. He's done it a countless amount of times across multiple of his lanky box ass YouTube shorts, where he'll pin a comment promoting his or the girl's pages that he manages. It's all just really disturbing when you peel back the curtains and really see how his business operates. What I find even more horrifying is Jack actually believing a woman loved him.
Don't even know her. It's insane. Like, evil, bro. She's been plotting this shit for a minute. This bitch used me for fucking money. For real. For sure. I never thought it would be possible, but it's obvious. It's like no bitch flips like that in 24 hours, changes their passwords to absolutely everything, calls the cops to me to take all their shit, and like that. Like, who the fuck does that after I've done everything for this girl for the past 2 years? I've done more for this girl the past 2 years than I've done for my mom the whole fucking life.
I hate to interrupt your Sigma Pill Reddit rant, but why are you saying this like it's something to be proud of? Your girlfriend used you for all the clout and money she could squeeze out by pretending to like you, and when she milked out all of your wealth and fame, she ran off to the next soft-titted streamer that'll provide her more. It might sound absurd, ghastly even, but maybe the only one to blame for her getting pounded more than the eye in Pixar is the semen demon that bribed her to join the industry in the first place. You've had allegations for years that you get girls intoxicated and brainwash them into signing a contract the moment they turn 18. Secondly, you're telling me you spent most of your multi-million-dollar fortune on a 2-year situationship than you did for your own mother? This guy has every single priority in life wrong, where he'll make it rain hundreds in the Bop House, but won't even lend his mom a gift card to Benihana's.
I'm sure we'll miss each other in no time. I already miss her, even though I was like, get the fuck out. And she was like, I'm fucking leaving. But I miss her, like, right when she left. Like, she literally left, and we were like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. And as soon as she drive off, I was like, oh, I'm sad now. It's like, goddamn.
If you're on camera admitting to treating your wife like a drunk construction worker in the 1950s, then I really think that speaks volumes towards why you two didn't work out. This all happened on the same day, by the way, probably less than 10 minutes apart from each other. So he was really going through all 5 stages of grief this morning, but thankfully for Jack, his wish would technically come true because McKinley did come back with a friend and the local police to collect some things that she left behind at the mansion, which sent Jack into a full feral rampage, cussing out the officers that were stepping inside, throwing this big tantrum about how they're not allowed in his house when him and McKinley literally bought the property together.
I don't know.
Yeah, but I didn't. I just wanted to talk to you. That's it. Then just talk. So you wouldn't answer me, bro. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, what?
Like,
You called the cops.
you can't like slow down so I can be with you.
You gotta get out of my house. I didn't say you can come in
She's
here.
letting us in.
She doesn't own this house. I didn't say you can come in my house.
Her address
I
is
don't
on
care.
here. She's a resident here.
I don't care. You guys are not allowed in my house.
We're planning to come back from Vegas. Right now, never, but I'm sure it'll be a couple days. You know, we love each other, and I don't think a little fight is gonna separate us. You know, it's like we literally just bought a house together. It's like,
Alright, Timmy Tough Knuckles, let's settle it down a notch before we end up on Code Blue Cam. If you were dumb enough to sign her to a joint tenancy and make her a resident to the home, then she can invite a whole fucking army platoon to help escort her in if she really feels like it. From her account, allegedly, you threatened her, so how about instead of lashing out on the cops and popping a rage boner in your creeper shorts, you be ashamed that your girlfriend felt so frightened returning back to her home that she felt the need to bring people with her.
She lives here.
Who gave you?
She did.
She doesn't own this house. Just because she lives doesn't mean she gave you permission to. Bro, called the cops on me in my own house after I've done everything for you. I didn't threaten you, bro. Bro, how did I threaten you?
Way to show that officer who's boss, Jack. You really asserted dominance by getting marched upstairs like you just got sent to the principal's office in your own home. Like I said earlier, the context of what Jack said to threaten her is unknown. I'm gonna use the word threaten very loosely though, because I have a really hard time believing anybody could be shaken to their core by this Funko Pop-headed dwarf. Receiving a threat from Jack would have the same effect of being hugged by a teddy bear. So for the situation to escalate this far, he must have sworn to end her entire bloodline or some shit.
Can you stay over there?
Yeah, you're in my house. You're unreal, bro. You're in my house. Tell me what you do.
This is her house.
She doesn't pay for it, I'm sorry.
Doesn't matter.
It's not your house.
Doesn't matter.
That's just crazy. McKinley, what the f are you doing? Dude, who the f is this bitch? You get the f out of my house.
No,
Yeah, stay the f out of my house. Get out.
Stop.
Hey, tell her to get the f out of the house.
No, it's my
Not that ass. Get this stupid ass out of here.
I swear this guy had to snort all the drugs he was hiding before the cops got here, because I can't see any other reason why he would be acting like this. Took him 10 minutes to realize there was even another person with McKinley, and when he did finally notice, he acted like she was some apparition haunting his house.
You get the f out of my house.
No,
Yeah, stay the f out of my house.
Personally, if I had a group of cops blocking my every angle, the last thing I think about doing is screaming at the top of my lungs to make the situation worse. I mean, if they picked up a call for a domestic dispute, then the police are already going to arrive on edge and prepared for shit to go south. Because other than traffic stops, domestic calls are one of the most dangerous, high-profile cases that an officer can respond to. Tensions are going to be at an all-time high. They don't know if you're hiding weapons nearby. A lot of things can go wrong in the matter of seconds. So for Jack to start chasing people down the hallways while screeching at them like a Demogorgon, it's almost as if he's just begging to be tased. After the two parted ways for the last time, Jack, who was sadly stroking his micro-penis alone in his mansion, was hit with the sudden realization that his top wide receiver is no longer part of the team anymore. Because let's remember, McKinley was his main moneymaker here. So if he didn't find a replacement fast, his whole galactic gooning empire would soon begin to crumble. He ventured out on a long quest to find the next woman that'll carry the mantle McKinley left behind, and after many days of getting denied and pepper sprayed, he finally stumbled upon a young woman he pressured into signing to be his girlfriend that goes by the name of Christy. I guess Jack must have took the saying "you'll never find another girl like me" to the heart, because he would end up modifying this girl to look like a carbon clone of his ex. I'll play a couple clips for you guys, and I want you to try your hardest to spot the difference between the two.
Anymore. What's wrong?
He's forcing me to do this.
No.
Okay, what do I have to do?
You have to slap me in the face.
Oh.
Yeah, a little bit.
She should cook for you, you're right.
I do.
How am I cutting you in
I
half
do.
before
I
you cook
do.
for me once? Do you
Yes, I
understand
cook for him
how
every
that
time.
is?
I cook
How am I?
Same soulless eyes, same dull demeanor, same low levels of self-respect for even dating this humanized yeast infection to begin with. Hell, they even have their identical highlights on their matching hair being placed accordingly. There's hardly a standalone feature you can separate between the two. She looks like McKinley if she got put into a ChatGPT prompt. Like, how sad do you have to be to take your new girlfriend to a Build-A-Bitch workshop, transform everything about her to look like an exact replica of your ex, then post about it as if it's some sort of flex, or some revenge plot to make McKinley jealous? The only thing you proved out of all of this was how desperate you seem without her.
I'm gonna get a little emotional here. Guys, Jack treats me so well, like better than every other guy ever has. Like, he treats me with so much respect. He's so nice to me. Like, you know how yesterday I was like, I'm not that other bitch, you can't bully me for content. He would, like, the way he treated her, okay, I don't want to say too much because it's too early, but me and Jack have a lot of deep talks. He would never treat me the way he treated that girl.
I mean, you can't tell me Jack isn't holding her at gunpoint. This guy's entire business model was built off of being disrespectful to others. Ever since he popped out the womb, he pissed in the doctor's face. His claim to fame was infuriating Dr. Phil until his forehead started beaming with light. He was only 15 when appearing on that show and still acts the exact same in present time, so stop pretending like you ain't saying it for the contract. If you really thought it couldn't get more miserable, Jack would be seen donating money to another streamer to help pay for the date that him and his ex-girlfriend were going on. I know they're not together anymore, but it's really here, bro. Take $20 so you can buy some food after you fuck my wife sort of energy being displayed here. And keep in mind, this all took place while his current girlfriend was just standing right there next to him, rethinking her life choices.
Should I gift Lacey 100 subs? No. Just because he's my boy Lacey. I'm trying to, you know. Can I
Right?
I don't care.
Yeah. You just noticed the 10 gifted. That's for your date, bro. That'll pay for your date. Just another $150, you know? It's not that bad, yeah? We'll spend more on you today.
Oh!
Oh my god.
Doherty Jack, thank you for the 25 gifted. Thank you for the 45 gifted.
He's just taking more L's than the Browns in 2017. If you thought watching his soulmate get stolen wasn't embarrassing enough, he would also have his chain snatched in broad daylight, with the same bipolar security team he's had for years standing on the sideline choosing to do absolutely nothing.
Rob me, they took both my fucking chains, bro. Fuck, dog. Dave, what the fuck, bro?
They had a gun.
Where's yours?
That's grand theft.
Dude, that didn't stop me. I didn't even know they were there. I was like fighting with the guys, like trying to get them the off me so I could keep my watch and shit. But like literally the chains were gone instantly.
I hate to interrupt this totally not staged story you scripted out for more publicity, allegedly. But I love how the robbers weren't even the ones to rip his shirt off. He made sure to do that part himself. Some people bite their nails when they're stressed. Jack, on the other hand, just starts brandishing his breast whenever he gets into a panic.
I get pinned up against the wall like this, and I see my chains right there in this guy's hand, and I'm being pushed like this. Some other guy's going at my watch, and I'm like trying to fight him off, and then
So 4 dudes, they pushed you against the wall like instantly, and just one took your chain.
somehow like
one's holding you.
Like we're all here, like 5 of us were right here, or 6 of us were right here. Me, Dave, Chrissy, and the 4 guys, and then next thing I know, Dave and 2 of the guys are there, and then one of the guys chasing me around the street trying to get my watch off. So
You went
I'm
fully
like,
across the street.
and then the other guy's like, nah, we got the chains. And then the other guy stopped chasing me. Jack Doherty's cooked, all right?
Since he was too stupid to get his jewelry insured, he ended up losing an estimated $300,000 from this one leak alone. However, I still find it difficult to even trust one word that this guy says or believe any of it to be real. You know, I'm not trying to put on my tinfoil condom and go on a conspiracy, but it's hard to believe this all wasn't some little put-together theater play. His entire reputation is full of lying and pulling desperate stunts for views, so with his money running thin, it would be pretty unsurprising to find out this was all one big ploy for content. I will say, one thing that does shock me to my very core is the fact that Jack still has these Weenie Hut Jr. ass security guards on his payroll. I swear, this is like the dozenth time I've seen them fail their only job, which is protecting their client. Half the time Jack gets into an altercation, they act like they don't even fucking know the guy. Plus, on the rare occasions his team do attack someone, it ends up with Jack facing a lawsuit. We all remember the time his guard mollywopped a man to the floor, completely unprovoked, all because he was being politely asked to walk away, which I guess stressed the guard out so much he had to release his fist into somebody's face. Like, they all have the emotional maturity and attention span of an iPad kid. I don't understand why he hasn't fired these drool-dripping dumbasses yet, when all they do is let him get into life-threatening situations. I don't even think they're security at this point, just unarmed ex-felons that aren't allowed to carry a gun permit that gets paid to follow this scrappy-do-built man-child. To add even more salt to the wound, the people who allegedly robbed Jack would end up releasing a diss track taunting for him to get the chains back. And after having a listen, I can't even lie, the song is straight gas. It had my hips working and my uncle twerking. Now, I don't want my revenue to also get robbed, so I'm going to show you guys a few seconds of the track so you can get a quick idea of what kind of billboard banger we're working with here.
Your chain back, come on and get your chain back, Doherty. Get your chain back, come on and get your chain back, Doherty. Get your chain back, come on and get your chain back, Doherty. Get your chain back, come on.
It's an honor to hear such a beautiful melody bless my eardrums. It almost reminds me of old Kodak before he hopped on the flocka he rapped about. Now, with this much disrespect, you would think Jack would start clutching Glocks and spinning blocks looking for his get back. And he eventually did strike back, just not in the way that you'd think, because instead of hopping out the car straight blasting, he decided that his perfect craft of revenge was to drive back to his old house and ding-dong ditch the neighborhood he used to live in, to really let them robbers know they should have never tested his gangsta.
Ding-dong ditch. Should I ding-dong ditch my old neighbor that hates me?
Yo, you deadass shouldn't just hop in the whip.
You think?
Yeah, then we do it.
I'll blame it on Dave. Dave, can you go ding-dong ditch him, please? 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 Right there.
Yeah, you see from all over here.
Look. That's it. Dave, chat.
Should we go have a genuine conversation with him though? Oh, he did it. He deadass did it, man.
Holy shit, he really just done it. He lied. He dropped his phone. They're gonna see you on the ring bell. cooked on the ring bell.
This guy has so much estrogen coursing throughout his body that I can almost feel myself lactating. It's purely disgusting that he's such a bitch that he has to send his middle-aged minions to ding-dong ditch for him while he smokes his .25 joint. It's hard to fathom that me and this guy are around the same age. I really couldn't imagine running around the neighborhood doing this kind of shit when I'm old enough to be drafted for the military. At least the cameraman that took the most brain damage out of everybody had the common sense to suggest Jack to stop. I wouldn't start waving your fists in the air yet, because moments before he made this brilliant proposal, he filmed himself and Jack trespassing on his old house just so he could give his girlfriend a quick little tour of where he used to stay at. So they would hop the gate, creep by the windows, pointing their flashlights at the glass while frolicking around in the backyard. And keep in mind, this guy did this while new residents lived at the home. If I remember right, he moved out of the house around 3 years ago, so there's entirely new people living there, probably having their hearts jump out of their ass when they look out the window to see 3 people dancing around in their backyard. Being in their shoes, that shit would have me thinking that I'm part of the strangers, because what other thoughts could you have seeing this other than you're about to get robbed?
Look, you see it? Right here, look, up more. It's that right there. That thing to pull.
You're on this side.
It's right here. Check, I'm looking at it. Look, the thing to pull. See it right there?
I thought so. Oh. There we go. Dude, this light's insane. Yo, we're breaking in. Chris, you go first.
No, I'm scared.
This is my old backyard, bro. Look at it.
Oh, they put the net.
Yo, we got the guest house here. It was vibe. I'll jump off the roof into the pool every day. But let's go before we all die.
The girlfriend couldn't even try to act more disinterested. She didn't even say a word the entire time this took place, so you almost risk being shot while recording yourself committing a felony just for the girl to still not care about you. Like, if he was really having a boner for nostalgia, he could have handled this in so many different ways other than lurking around in some stranger's yard during the dark hours of midnight. At the very least, you could have waited until daytime and contacted the homeowners to see if they would grant you permission to look around. But no, this guy lacks any sort of critical or simple thinking, so busting through the gate like the FBI is much more efficient for him. The last thing I'd like to cover in this absolute tragic tale is Jack getting another $200,000 chain he took yet again. This time the infamous stone snatcher was somebody he never suspected, being his idol rapper Lil Baby. The two really go back, with Jack throwing him hundreds of thousands of dollars just for him to perform 2 songs at his birthday party, which in his mind makes Lil Baby his best friend forever. Now, saying he snatched the chains is a bit over dramatic, because Lil Baby calmly takes it off his neck while Jack was left gushing and blushing, being aroused that Lil Baby is touching him.
My chain, bro. No, bro. I need that chain, dog. No, bro. I need it right now, dog. Bro, we're not doing. No, bro. You're not taking that, bro. What? All right, bro. It's on camera. Like, wait. Like, what?
Either this is also entirely scripted, or this is the most Canadian robbery that I've ever seen. This man got $200,000 stolen from him, yet has the same demeanor as someone that just won the lottery. Instead of instantly dialing up lawyers or throwing elbows, he decides to try to reason with the rapper that has half his songs full of lyrics about robbing and stealing. I don't know if his guards were out on holiday sipping martinis by the coastline, but it's always so nice to see how much of a fragile little wimp Jack is without his legion of Mark Henry built bodyguards always surrounding him.
Coach, to the right, coach. Coach, to the right, coach. Yo.
All right, Jack, go get your chain back. Yeah, Jack.
He took my chain while he was performing and like, didn't give it back. Like, he had my chain, bro. Like, what the You guys aren't getting away with, like, what? Yo, that's crazy if you think you're taking my $200,000 chain. What do they think this is? Robbery on camera? It works like that. I'm literally just trying to give them, like, chances to...
Jack, don't mind.
Truth be told, this is pathetic for both sides. Lil Baby is too old, plus an already well-established artist that shouldn't be pulling these type of antics for more publicity, and Jack should take TRT so he can develop enough testosterone to grow the balls to defend himself. Now, Lil Baby would eventually give Jack the jewelry back. Probably wasn't the actual chain and one he ordered off Alibaba, but either way, peace was restored between the two.
Alright guys, Lil Baby's giving me back my chain, right?
Nope, don't keep it in. Keep it in, motherfucker. Gisette.
Let's go.
Like Jet, man.
Tell you, Lil Baby.
Jack, my boy. Boy, I can't take that from Jack.
All right, guys.
And just like that, little baby's lawyer put the rope and chair back because I couldn't imagine having my client facing the possibility of a RICO case than seeing him steal valuable possessions from a TikToker during his live stream. However, that's really all there is to talk about though. I could show more humiliating stunts and rituals Jack's been pulling to stay relevant, but I don't know how much left I got in me to still talk about this ass clown. I will say, seeing his life fall apart with his fame and fortune slowly starting to disappear does put a huge smile across my face. This guy has been asking for his downfall ever since he booted up his online career of belittling others, so to finally see it come full circle is almost making me shed a tear out my urethra. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm not going to go into a 20-minute closing ceremony, but I missed you all so much and appreciate everybody that had the patience to stick around for new posts. Obviously there's more videos in the works. I know a new upload for me feels like seeing your drunk uncle at occasional family barbecues throughout different courses of your life, but I'll try my best to turn that around and feed y'all more. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to slap a like on this vid before your dad slaps you. Subscribe if you hit my vibe, and as always, make sure to follow all my socials, especially my Instagram. The links for all of those will be down in the description below. With that being said, I love you all so much, and we'll see you in the next upload that won't be months. That I can absolutely promise you. Alright though, I'ma head out this bitch.